Welcome back to my channel. This is Nikki of Nikki's Homemade Craft. Welcome back to the mystery crochet along. This time it's part 3 and we're going to have the reveal at the very end. Plus, I'm telling you about something very special where you could win prizes. So be sure to watch the entire video so you're not going to miss anything. Ooh, I am so excited about this one. Remember, we're using Color Theory yarn as well as Ice Cream Roving yarn from Lion Brand, and I'm also using a 4mm crochet hook, and the written instructions for part 3 are down below in the description. There's a link. It takes you straight over to our website, and there you can click in the table of content to beam you right to part 3, the written instructions for this pattern. And that part is free to view, but has ads. You can also join our membership, the Crochet Club, and you can join as a monthly, quarterly, or annual member, or as a trial member and get access to only this mystery crochet along ad-free. And you can also join the group. As a full member, by the way, you get access to over 400 ad-free patterns on top of getting weekly live tutorials teaching you exactly what you want to be taught. And we also have monthly get-togethers virtually. Oh, those are so much fun. Anyways, let's now get to part 3 of this pattern. Let's go. In part 1, you did this piece. In part 2, you made this circular piece, this big long loop. So you have a piece in mosaic crochet in rows and rounds. And then now in part 3, you actually don't have any mosaic crochet. We're just going to put it all together with a few more pieces. Let me show you what else you need to crochet. So you're next going to use some of your leftover yarn. It should be the yarn that you had more of. Okay, so remember I said you needed either 2 100-gram skeins or a 200-gram ball. Well, here's where that comes in play. You have 2 options for this piece right here. You can make it as long as I did, or even longer if you wish, or you can make it shorter. Now, how short, that depends on your piece right here. Okay, so you have a few different options. So let me go step by step through it on what we're actually going to do. But first, let me show you a few additional pieces you're going to work on. I'm not going to crochet them here on camera because they're just single crochet pieces. You have these teeny tiny squares right here. Okay, the written instruction is down below for that. And you also have these smaller pieces that are also done in single crochet. There are 2 of them. Okay, and you can make more of these, by the way. It doesn't have to be just 2, and you'll see in a second why. Okay, you can make totally a lot more of them, but this one you're going to need 2 of them. So minimum 2, I would say, for this definitely 2. So you're going to have single crochets all the way around, but you're going to have decreases in the front and in the back, and you have 2 pieces of that, as I said. Okay, so these are all the pieces you're going to need. So now it's time to assemble, and this part is where you can do some adjustments. So if you don't have enough yarn, that is totally fine. You can make this shorter. Let me show you how you're going to determine how you're going to do this. Okay, so we're going to take our pieces. Let's put this one on the bottom so you get an idea of what we're actually doing. Okay, so you're going to take, let's work on this piece here first. You're going to take this piece and you're going to fold it in half like so. Okay, and the very first thing you're going to do is you're going to sew all the way across, literally from the very first stitch. Okay, you're going to sew all the way across to the other side. Now, what stitch you're going to use, it doesn't matter. Really, it doesn't matter. It can be any stitch. It can be the whip stitch, the mattress stitch, any stitch. Nobody's going to see it at the end, okay? So you're fine. In fact, this part may not be very much visible. I added this because you can see it a little bit, but not too much, okay? So that's the very first thing you're going to do. You're going to have this sewn across. Then once you've done that, okay, you can tuck in all of these ends. Okay, you just literally tuck them in. So pretend I already sewn this, right? You just tuck it all in. Okay, pretend they're not there. You can totally snip them a little shorter. Mine hasn't been snipped yet. Okay, so make them like 1 inch or so shorter. So there should be now here an opening. Okay, you're going to use one of these pieces right here. You're going to have the long piece, okay, of this is going to be here on the bottom. and then the short piece is going to be on the top. So this is going to be the top side. Okay, so you're going to sew this all the way around, so there should be some room still in between here, right? So this is going to be here sewn on the side, okay, like this. So it's kind of the end cover. It's like a cap. Think of it like that. It's like a cap. Then you're going to fill this part right here with some polyfill. There should be enough room to add your hand into it and add some polyfill. You can do that on both sides before you sew this on. Before you sew this piece on, that's fine. So this is going to be stuffed with polyfill, okay, like this. And then you're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. You're going to tack all this in, okay? You can totally, you know, snip them a little bit more. It's up to you. And you're going to sew that last piece on after you added the polyfill. So now what is this piece? Well, this piece is going to be a little bit of a cushion. It's like a keyboard cushion. That literally is what it is. It's a keyboard cushion, okay? Now, this part right here is going to be your mat. So let me show you. This is my keyboard. I have a small keyboard, okay? This is the keyboard I use, okay? So there's enough room here on the right side for me to put my mouse. Now my mouse is a trackball mouse, okay? So that means I'm not moving it around, which is very ergonomic. If you need a link, I can totally give you a link. I might actually add it because now that I'm showing you guys what I use, I'm totally going to add the link. Anyways, I absolutely love this because I don't have to move my hand around, and I just moving this ball, which is the movement of the mouse, and then I have my buttons, okay? Which is really cool. But anyway, so it fits a small keyboard and a mouse that doesn't move, where you don't have to move it around, right? And so that's what it fits. But it also fits one regular size keyboard. As you just noticed that my keyboard doesn't have the numbers here on the right side, okay? So this is one of the smaller keyboards. So I didn't want the numbers on the side because I had my mouse right next to it. So I don't like that. It doesn't work well for my arm to have, you know, it pushed over. It's too far. So I wanted a keyboard without the numbers, but it also fits a keyboard with the number pad, okay? So there will be a little tiny bit of room here on the left and right side, so it'll fit also a regular size. There won't be enough room for a mouse at the end if you are using a regular size, because those keyboards are fairly large, okay? So it does fit that. So this part right here, you are either going to leave as is. I'm probably going to leave it as is, and I'm not going to sew it on, but you can totally sew it on here to the bottom once you have it done. It'll be stuffed, right? So that's where you're going to have your arm. This is your armrest, your keyboard cushion, right? That's what it's for, so that your arm is more cushioned, and it's pretty too, right? So now what is going to be this part? So here's where this part comes in play, and this is also where you're going to determine how long you want this to be. If you don't have enough yarn, you can totally just make enough for this little part right here. So this, obviously it's not standing right now, okay? It's going to be sewn on like this all the way around. So the length of this, right, of this part here is determined how wide this part is going to be, meaning how far away this is going to be from each other, right? So mine is going to be about this, okay, like roughly like this. It's not obviously standing right now because I haven't added my little pieces yet. So these pieces right here are going to be kind of here in between, like so. Okay, this is like one piece. Obviously it's not sewn on yet. And then here's going to be another piece right here, also not sewn on yet. So what are these? These are little compartments where you can put your, you know, hooks, your pens, your whatever. And as I said earlier, you can totally add more than just two, right? I added two, so I have 3 large compartments, but you can totally add more than that. So you have a little area for, let's say, stitch markers, maybe your eraser, you know, paper clips, whatever you want, right? You can totally add more compartments. And here's also where I said that if you don't have enough yarn, or you don't want to use all your yarn for this part of it, you can totally make this part shorter or longer. It depends on how big your keyboard is and how much yarn you have. If you want it to be shorter, you know, where you don't actually put your keyboard on it, that's fine. Then you have these 2 pieces separate from each other. So there's a lot of variability of what you can do here. And once you have this done, you can totally sew it on like this. right? This is all going to be sewn on. This is not going to be extremely sturdy, right? So obviously if you bend it enough, it'll fall over and bend it inwards. But these pieces should give you enough stability to make it at least stand up so that you can use it as compartments. You can also add, before you add these pieces, you can add something in the back here. Let's say some plastic canvas. What I can also suggest you do is you add additional rounds to it. So you fold it over. So let's say you make double this. Okay, then fold it over and put a plastic canvas in between, so that way you don't see the stripes, right? Because once it stands up, you do see the inside part of it, and there are going to be stripes, right? Like this. And so if you don't like that, you can totally add additional rounds to it, flip it over, put plastic canvas in between, maybe the front and back, and the side it'll be a little softer, right? Because unless you add a plastic canvas over there too, that makes it a lot sturdier. So if that is what you wish for, then go ahead and do so. I'm going to leave it without a plastic canvas, but as I said, you can totally do that. So many options here on how you can finish up your project. So now it's for you time to actually do it. Work on this piece. Okay, I'm going to tell you how long mine is. As I said, I have a small keyboard, so for me this actually fits. So once it's like this, right, and I have this piece down here, my keyboard fits here, my mouse fits here, and then I have my little areas right there where I can add additional things to it, and then I'm done. And I'm going to show you how it looks like at the very end, all sewn together. So this is going to take me a bit to sew it all on. You can totally even hot glue it if you wish, right? If you feel like that's a little bit easier and faster to do, you can totally hot glue it too. But all you have to do is finish it. So I'm going to do mine and show you the final result in the end. And now it's time for you to do it. So give me a second and I'm going to zap you right to the final result. And there we go. This is how it looks like in the end. I didn't sew this guy on right here. So yes, there's a little line on the back because I used a darker yarn because I was like, well, it's sewn on the back anyways, and the dark yarn is easier to sew. So I put that one there, and this is how the end piece here looks like on both sides. So you can see how thick this is. I would make sure that you're not overstuffing it. Just put enough in there that you feel comfortable, and it's pretty much the thickness that you desire for your wrist to pretty much lay comfortably, right? And you can totally sew this on if you want to, if you wish to do so. Then you can see this one right here. I'm going to hold it in an angle a little bit so you can see it. So this is how this one looks like, right? So you have your little compartments, and you can see that these little pieces truly do hold it up. And as I said, I only have 3 compartments and they fit perfectly my crochet hook or a pen, right? But you can totally add like maybe additional ones to it if you like. And then you're done. So let me show you how it looks like here with my keyboard, since I showed you that before. So this is how I'm going to use it. My keyboard here, so I can type things up, and then here's my mouse. As I said, this is the same, this is the distance right here from my hands that a normal keyboard fits. Right? So if you have a regular size keyboard, this is probably where you're going to put it, and a mouse wouldn't fit there. But it works also with smaller ones, and then you have the mouse over there, but obviously it has to be a mouse with a trackball on it, so that way you don't have to move it around, right? Because this is not going to move very much with a regular mouse. So, but anyways, I do want to point something out. So if you are going to make this part here just as long as you like, that's totally fine. You don't have to make all of this. You can just do this part of it and have it like standing over there. And if you did it like, if you're doing it like me, you're obviously going to need some additional rows. You can go as far as you like. I would highly recommend that you're going to use your own keyboard to compare to make sure it is long enough and it all fits. But this width right here is the same as this. This is 81 stitches across. So obviously I made a chain of 82. I felt like if I would have added mosaic crochet on this one, this would have been too much for the eyes. So I just made it with the variegated yarn and absolutely love it. So now the question is, how are you going to finish it? Are you going to make this entire piece too? If you do have the entire 200 grams ball, you're probably going to need most of that. But anyways, this is the final result. Did you guess it? I would love to know if you guessed this correctly, and let me know how you're going to finish it. Obviously, there's many other ways in how you could finish it if you wanted to. You don't have to finish the same way as I did. You can totally do other things with it. You could possibly turn this one into a bag if you wanted to, just make it a lot longer, right? This part of it could be part of a bag if you wanted to. You could possibly add this on top here, right, and make another one on the side. There's many possibilities in case you don't want to use or create a keyboard cushion with storage. If you don't want to do that, that's optional, right? You can also totally do something different. I'd love to know. Leave a comment down below and let us know what you are going to do and how you're going to finish it. And then make sure you take a picture of your final result and post it into the Facebook group called Crocheting with Nikki with this hashtag right here. So that way I can celebrate you, I can find you, and you qualify for the giveaway. If you post by 10 a.m. Pacific time, July 20th, 2024, then you qualify for the giveaway. There will be 3 winners in this mystery crochet along that qualify for this giveaway. Now, question is, are you going to join the actual giveaway announcement part, which is going to be our mosaic crochet party? Oh, I'm so excited for that. We're going to talk more about mosaic crochet, different ways and how you can crochet mosaic crochet, because it's not just one way. There's many different ways on how you can crochet it. Trust me, you're going to want to know about this one. Okay, some of it may boggle your mind, seriously. So come to the party, because we're also going to have a giveaway at the mosaic crochet party that is also for those who don't qualify for the giveaway, or they didn't finish on time, or they never were part of the mystery crochet along. That's fine. You can still join, because it's all about mosaic crochet, and we're going to have 2 different types of giveaways, so you better show up. We'll probably have about 6 winner-ish, so we'll see. I'm really excited for that one. So hopefully you're going to join this mosaic crochet party. You're going to see it show up right here at some point towards the end of this video, but it's also going to be in the newsletter. If you signed up for this mystery crochet along, or you're already signed up for my newsletter, then you will get it for sure. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with your crochet friends. And of course, hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell to get a notification next time I publish a video or go live. I hope you're going to finish it, and I'll see you at the party. Let's go! I'll see you then. Bye-bye.